Well, he brought up a good subject. I'm deaf. I can't hear anymore. That's why that's the thing about us is like people always, especially if you're Middle Eastern, people are like, why are Middle Eastern people so loud? Well, Arabic doesn't have a whole lot of adjectives, right? So you can say in English, that's a nice blue shiny car. And in Arabic, you can go, nice car. And they can go, thank you, and you have to yell in order, and being, in music for so long, I should have worn earplugs.
Yeah, why didn't you?
I don't know. I know Z-Trip did early on, and I didn't really,
I carry earplugs with me, like when I go to shows, because I want to hear. Like I want my hearing, to be there when I'm older.
I think if I could just speak for the younger generation, because I was younger when I used to go see you play, and I used to feel like being right in front of the speakers was the coolest place to be. I have a lot of grets and a lot of tinnitus.
Is the best.
Right in front of the speaker, but a lot of tinnitus, a lot of ringing. So I definitely think that people should wear ear protection when they're
here. And I have a question for you too. This is something that I'm struggling with. Okay. So recently I had some interactions with some DJs, and this girl says something crazy to me. She's like, yeah, I don't know who you are, but I met Z-Trip.
No.
And I called Z-Trip, and he goes, what'd you say to her? Like, what's he like? And what is the fine line between being humble, and then if you're humble, then you don't talk about yourself and don't put yourself out there. Then this younger generation, like, doesn't know about me or any of the things that I've done. And you don't want to, and I don't want to, you don't want to come off as like, yo, man, I did this and this. I'm the foundation. You wouldn't be here with, like, you don't want to be that guy, but what's the fine line?
Right. So that's something that I work with my artists, the artists I used to work with, struggled with that too. And like I feel like the younger generation will call it bragging if you're trying to tell people, like, yeah, I work with so-and-so and I did this and this and that, I did all this and this was me. I think I don't give a fuck. And I don't think you should give a fuck either, because at the end of the day, these are the things that I fucking did. And if you call it bragging, that's on you. That's not my problem. I did these things. And it's like, I think it depends on who you're around, and doesn't matter, right? Is it somebody that you're trying to work with? I consider it like a resume, right? Like, being humble is going to take you nowhere when you're trying to like excel in your career. That's how I see it. Being cocky and being like, ignorant and cocky and just like, oh, I did this, you can usually tell a difference. But if I'm talking to somebody that's a fellow creative and I want to work with them, like collab with them, to be like, yeah, I worked with so-and-so and so-and-so. These are the things that I did. I love to work with you. Getting on podcasts where you sit down and you talk about your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Really helps. So like advertising and marketing yourself. So if you treat yourself like a business versus just telling people to tell people, then at that point it's like, okay.
I mean, well, don't make it your personality. I think what you're asking is, where's the line? I think if you're making what you did your whole personality, your whole persona, everything about you is about what you did, that's where I draw the line. I think that you can talk about that and then just kind of talk about where you're going now or where you're at now and things like that. Instead of just bringing up, oh, I did all this stuff.
Well, the biggest slap
then becomes bragging.
Right. The biggest slap in the face for me was, I made a speech about, everybody knows, hey, the whole thing is based on respect to the music, respect to the crowd, respect to the DJs, right? Mm-hmm. And that was the whole thing is based on respect. That was a sample, right?
Right.
And like 30 different records sampled the whole thing is based on respect without giving me enough respect to like crediting me with this sample. And I had to go to court. And I remember calling these guys. And by the way, there's a Happy Hardcore record. There are like 7 house records. There's tidy tracks. If you look up, the whole thing's based on music. It's all music. I played Sako, and I'm like, and I had to go to court to get them to acknowledge that they sampled a speech about respect. And that was like the biggest slap in the face for me. And I remember one of the things that I remember Radar telling me after a rave that we played, and he's like, hey, you feel good about yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, played good set, did you? He goes, you smashed on everybody. I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah. You think those guys are going to want to fly you out, bring you to where you are so you could smash on them? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And you're right. I didn't learn. It was kind of like MMA. Like, I just always thought of it like, when I'm up there, I'm here to, crush people, and I didn't play well with others. And that's the other thing too. Like, I didn't, it was always about my time, and I should have, branched out and made myself more available to people. But yeah, I mean, that is something I have worked on, and I think I've really come a long way.
Well, you have come a long way. You've been DJing and you've been in the game for so long. Like, what? And well, first of all, I wanted to talk about our family, right? That's where I was asking earlier. Like, I wanted people to understand like where all this music came from. Like, we had such a beautiful upbringing. Like, your dad would make music all the time.
I would slow down on beautiful. I mean, but I mean,
it wasn't upbringing.
I mean, it was an upbringing. I slow down on beautiful.
But the music.
I mean, I remember being in Rolling Stone magazine and giving it to my dad, and him going, "Let me ask you something. How are you in this music magazine when you are not musician?" Okay.
Okay.
And it really, if you want to be honest, I do have regrets, because sometimes I think to myself, like, especially with Sako, he's never had to pay to go to a show. I mean, he's had some.
That's true.
Let me tell you, he's had some.
I will not.
I will not either.
One of my.
Bad. We could grow up like.
I mean, one of the great things, Sako, and he can be attest to this, is that you've met Paul Oakenfold, you've met Treasure Fingers, you've met Richie Houghton, you've met Chameleonaire, you've met 3-6 Mafia, you've met, I mean, Akil Wassam, he's met every, they say don't meet your heroes. Yeah, but you've met all these different artists. And then sometimes I do, and in the lowest points, I'm like, would their lives, Neveen's life, Sako's life, been better if I had not have taken you guys to shows?
No, I don't know. I love my life. No, my life.
I mean,
the best part of my life, growing up, was because of you and bringing me to those, to that scene, that the rave scene here in Arizona, was what literally saved my life, because I was such a troubled. You guys, these are my brothers. They know I was so troubled. I was always real. I was a hot fucking mess, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
But that scene was a bunch of hurt people that came together,
right, and
like healed each other through music, and it's still to this day like the best time of my whole entire life. It shaped me, and and thank you for that, because without that, I think I'd be a different girl.
I mean, and by the way, and not to get political, but but no, I mean, no, but don't be that way, because I'm about to say something extremely beautiful. Okay. Like, you think about like what's going on in the world, and why Bomb Shelter came about.
Bomb Shelter DJs.
Yeah, Bomb Shelter DJ, and why, and it was because of my time with my brother in Beirut, and when there were like missile raids happening and we went into the bomb shelter, I can vividly remember thinking there were Jews, Christians, Muslims, and everybody was getting along in the bomb shelter. And I said to myself, we should create something where everybody gets along like this. And that's why it's even now more important in this time to like think like that. Like, you should think like in times of like, we should think about like, if you're in trouble and you need shelter, these are the kinds of, we should all get along. There should be.
That's great. That's a great point.
Yeah.
So why don't we always get along?
I think it's
comment.
EGO.
Can we bring up something? Because I think it's important that people know this, and I'm not ashamed of this, and I think people should know. Just because my family's in the music industry does not mean my taste of music is good. By any means.
No, it's by the way, it's atrocious.
I like the worst kind of techno music. I'm just if anyone knew what kind of music I listen to, they'd probably be offended.
Oh, he asked me all the
worst
time.
Kind of rap music, gutter rap, and
hard style.
Yeah,
No, not, by the way, not just hard style, He likes Eastern Bloc Russian
Yes.
hard style.
Russian hard
Like,
style.
yeah, like, yeah,
I love those guys.
yeah,
Love those guys.
all those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure people are aware that just because you're around good music doesn't mean that you'll end up liking the good music.
Good music.
Yeah.
You're the businessman.
Yeah.
You're the businessman that listens to good music. So I'm gonna get narcissistic for a moment here.
Yes.
What do you love about me? Cause
I like it just happened. I mean, it just happened 5 minutes ago. Like,
yes, like
I mean, like it just happened right 5 minutes ago. We walked in here and I met your people. They're like, "Oh, you're an Ableton guy," and they're like, "I'm doing the boiler room," and I'm like, "Here."
why is it about you?
Well,
What do you like about me?
Again, let me show you. Because you're an amazing catalyst, man. You really are. You always manage to bring people together and put people, and that's a beautiful gift. Like, I think that you undermine and undersell yourself sometimes. It doesn't always have to be about you, but what you bring. Like I couldn't have done, like, I mean, literally with 5 minutes ago, I'm just like, I was talking to that guy 5 minutes ago, right? Your boy is like, "Oh, I'm doing a boiler room." I'm like, "I've been trying to do a boiler for 10 years. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just about
Bringing people together.
yeah, I mean, again, like you got to think of it in chemistry. These two things are stable isotopes, but you bring them together and they form a catalyst and they can explode.
That's where, if you guys look at my social media, the why I put catalyst on there is because Emile was like, "You're a catalyst," and man, I never was able to like really describe what I do, and I think the word catalyst describes it perfectly. Why do you love me?
I mean, really, it's your ability to overcome. I mean, you have had a lot of difficult things happen to you in this life, and you always seem to work right through it. I mean, maybe not quickly, but you do get through it, and you don't make that your life, and you don't just give up, and you find something that you love, and you just keep pushing towards it. And if you end up not loving it, that's fine. You just go next thing. A lot of people, and not about you, but a lot of people, what they end up doing is they get this thing they think they love, and they keep pushing themselves to do this thing.
Right.
And then they're just miserable for the rest of their life. You have an ability to realize it. You know what? I really was passionate about this. Maybe it's not going to work out. It's not really what I want to do, but I did find something else I love. And you go to that next thing and you put in the same amount of passion that you do with every one of your artists. You put in the same passion for every one of your artists, the same passion you do for every one of your business ideas. And no matter what's happening, no matter if the last one didn't work, no matter your cancer, no matter your mom passing away, my dad passing away, any of that stuff, and you just push through and you just keep that passion. That's what I love about it.
But we are, by the way, we are connected. By the way, I didn't get one of those.
Well, you're barely back in this. Right?
No, but again, but
I just don't
but Neveen, yeah, but Neveen, you got to remember, we are connected because I just went out the other night, ran into Mara. She's like, "Oh, I see Neveen," or whatever. Like, and it's like same thing when you run into something. They're like, "I seen Emile." Like, it's like we are connected, whether we like it or not. Like, I mean,
I like it.
I mean, exactly.
It's you that didn't like it. I liked it. I always liked it.
No, I mean, I did. I mean, what I didn't like is like sometimes I would. It's like being on a life raft and watching the boat go. Brrr, you're like, you're like over there jet skiing. I'm like, hey,
Don't
like,
forget about me.
yeah, what are you doing? So, but no, thank you. Today was good. It was a good catalyst moment. I mean, yeah, I literally walked in. I'm like, these are my people. Yeah, this is good.
Well, shit. Now I'm like super emotional and like, I'm here with my brothers. So what are we doing next, guys? Because
well,
what's up? What's up for you? What are we doing as a business?
I mean, individually, we bring Rafi into the mix. I mean, we should definitely do something at the paintball field. We should definitely do
We
that.
also throw an
I've been
event.
trying to throw a rave at the paintball.
No, we have a piece of property now. We can do it out. I'll get you the details.
Yeah.
We need to throw an event.
We got to do an event.
We have the paintball field.
I'm going to talk to Winston about doing this boiler room, which is a dream come true. Like, I mean, for my birthday on January 6th, 7th, that would be amazing.
Okay, so we're manifesting an event at the boiler room in January.
He's doing a boiler room. I want to get on there.
Can we bring that group from Russia that I really like?
Bro, if we bring them...
I've been trying to ask my brothers. I've been trying to talk to my brothers, talk them into like throwing an event for the longest fucking time.
guys
I feel like we're manifesting this.
Yeah,
It's coming. It's happening.
for sure. But just know the guys that he wants to bring are associated with Ukrainian hookers, and you don't want to like.
Stop that. He doesn't do that. Stop.
He doesn't. But have you seen these guys?
I'll have to show you.
They wear terrorist masks when they DJ.
Come on now, we can't talk.
I'm a big ski mask. I like.
He calls them ski masks.
Who was that dude from G Unit? The young buck, right? What was the one wearing?
Yeah, DJ Assault wears them.
I got lots of ski masks. I think that they look cool. I wish we lived somewhere.
By the way, did you see that Will Ferrell is doing a house party?
No, I want to go to that.
It's in Chicago. Swedish House Mafia is playing.
Town.
Hold on, you should see it. Swedish House Mafia. He's hosting. Swedish House Mafia. Twista's playing. A-Track's playing.
When is this?
Coming up in a couple. We go look at it.
When?
I'll give you the date.
Okay, well, we'll talk about this after the show, because I definitely want to go to that, because that sounds lit as hell.
Will Ferrell.
So I'm manifesting as a family unit that we throw an event here for the people in the valley.
Right.
I would like to see
Boiler room
manifestation. And what are we manifesting for you?
I don't know. I got a lot of ideas in the works, but I don't know.
About the comedy.
Yeah. I definitely need to go up on stage without you guys there, without anybody there, and just go, eat shit a couple times to just know if I can even stand being up there.
Buddy, I'm telling you, we should all do this, and we should have remember.
Sleep does comedy too.
But hold on, okay. But you remember this? It's the unknown comic. We should put bags over our heads.
Oh, no.
And do comedy with bags over our heads. And at the end of the set, you say, which comic do you like? And you pull the bag off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I think it would completely change the whole dynamic if people didn't know what you look like.
Look, I only have.
That's actually fucking witty.
Isn't that good idea? Because
the masked comedian.
Right, but you could be. But you could be doing. But follow me on this. Somebody could be doing off-color jokes or really cancelable jokes, but you don't know what he is.
But this is
why do we keep giving ideas away?
Yeah,
because we're geniuses.
Immediately before we drop this shit, we gotta do this immediately.
We should just do this every week. I don't know why we don't do this every week. I mean, you could be. I'm the new DJ.
Here comes the ADHD.
No,
all of us.
I mean, this is not the. Listen to me. Instead of we could be called the Brunch Club rather than Breakfast Club. Why don't we just do the Brunch Club? Yeah, I mean, why not the Brunch Club? I mean, they don't have a trademark on that called the Brunch Club.
I'm crying right now. Okay, so we got manifesting the Brunch Club. We're manifesting a comedy with bags over our heads.
Yeah.
And then a show, like a family show.
We call it the Hummus Hour.
Like the Hummus Hour.
Yeah, the Hummus Hour. We call it the Hummus Hour. It's just like a Middle Eastern thing every week. Like literally, just have just Middle Eastern subjects. We could be like this week, how to laser your back, this week, how to not smell for 4 hours. How much cologne is the right amount of cologne? These are like you know what I mean? Like what's an Armenian level of cologne? Like, hey, and I could put on different glasses and be like, bro, is this too Armenian? That it'd be like, is this too Arab? I could wear a shirt. It's like, is this
how many buttons?
How many buttons can I wear? Arab? Right.
Fucking crap.
I was actually debating that when we got here. I was like, can I do 2? I kind of wanted to have the hair.
I mean,
Oh God.
But I wasn't sure.
That's what I meant. That's why these white boys. I love these white boys. These white boys can rock tracksuits. I can't wear them. Bro, imagine if I showed up in a tracksuit that said, by the way, all these DJs that sell their merch, and I'm not naming names, but my partner Z-Trip sells a lot of merch. I can't imagine if I walked in here with a DJ Emile hat. Emile.
Well, I'd like it.
You guys would like
it too.
I support it.
You guys would like. The only thing that got Swell made a shirt that said "I hate Emile," and that shirt sold out in 2 hours
Because a lot of people hated you. So that was.
I think it's actually good. You should just remake that shirt.
Yeah. But
the I hate Emile shirt.
let's remake.
We'll call it the I Hate Emile Music Fest.
I love him.
That's dumb. That doesn't do anything for me.
For you, but for
us.
ticket sales. Can you sell tickets? Tickets, my friend.
This is the family in its entirety right here. They're
We'll make money off his hate.
We will do good. You will go.
Yeah. Hey. So we got a lot to manifest here.
Okay.
I'm really excited for the future.
Okay.
I'm so happy that you guys sat came in and sat down with me and Fleek on SongLab Live. This was one of my favorite podcasts because I'm with my favorite people here, my brothers. I love you guys.
I love you too.
Love you too.
Thank you for all the comments that I fished for. I fished for it, but yeah, I want to invite you back. I want to bring you guys back another day. And then we can talk about some more.
I'd like to maybe do a mix. I'll come out and do a mix.
Possibly, yeah. That's something that would be super dope. Fleek. We can bring like a
do a quick Ableton
yeah,
tutorial.
There's a lot of stuff we could do for sure, but I definitely want to bring you guys back.
Okay.
I love you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
SongLab Live. I love you too.
All right. Love you.
Play them.